Alright,
All right, here goes part two.
cool.
Part two, we got you to load up Apex. I'm gonna add you to the game.
Alright. Yeah, so, here, go to your armory and look at the skins.
Which weapon?
It is the assault rifle, R301, and look at the last Spartan, the first legendary camo. Look at that thing.
Ooh, hello.
It's so dope.
I like the needles on the end right there.
Right, that one, or if you go one below it, it's got the golden needles, and then
Yeah,
it looks
J-ray.
dope.
Kinda.
That's it. What was the other one I was looking at? It's the, oh yeah,
like that
the
lowrider one for
Hellmock right
fun.
next to it. Go to the Lost Queen. It looks dope. You see the old barnacle boat look.
Yeah, the old fashioned kind of deal going on right there.
Right. What I really want for a skin is where it's like the only one that I've noticed that has it is if you go to the shotgun, under Peacekeeper, it's the Lone Star. It's the one of the main ones that have like that wood grain look, and I really like it.
It looks like an Olympia from Black Ops.
Right. Yeah, it looks like that until like you turn it and you look at the front and it's got the four barrels and it's like that's not an Olympia.
All right, so we're gonna start this up.
Yeah, that's good.
Get right into Apex.
Golden Dragon. Oh, that's dope.
So, what did we go over about in part one?
Um,
Did we
most,
even really tell that many stories? I don't think we did. I think we
uh,
I think that was more like just gameplay kind of related stuff.
right, yeah.
It was more us talking about Siege actually overall.
Yes, yeah, there's a little bit of everything. Alright, we're good. Alright, I'm gonna pack me a lip. Yep, a lip tired.
You know what? I'm gonna choose if I'm not the leader, whatever.
Excuse me.
I forgot what they're called. Drop masters, something like that. If I'm not the
Right.
drop master, I'm gonna choose my operator or my character, legend. That's what they're called. Run, grab a Gatorade because I forgot to grab one between transitioning this.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, thank God, I'm first one, and we don't have a third.
Well, this is gonna be fun.
That's gonna be lovely. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna run and
Yep,
grab
no
that.
problem.
Time to see if all those drills have paid off.
All right, I'm back.
That was fast.
I live in a small house.
Huh.
And I kind of booked it. I just need something to drink between this.
Yeah.
Champion
I got
squad.
like a half a can of Dr.
So-
Pepper.
It took me a while to actually realize what these champion squads are.
Mm-hmm. Alright, where are we going?
You're the jump master. But
Well, I get that, but I don't like any ideas where.
bridges?
What I understand,
I've-
a lot of
actually,
people
no,
don't
no,
go
no, no.
here.
No, I don't want to go anywhere popular. So let's go like right
I
there.
don't.
Let's go
right
right
there?
there.
Alright, we'll get a little closer. About 600 meters.
I think some people are gonna make it there before us. Oh,
Yep, we're going.
some people are definitely gonna make it there before. Oh, you're going there? Wait. Oh, that is your marked point. Oh, I was staring at your marked point, and I saw a bunch of people
no.
dropping, and I'm like, oh, we're definitely not gonna make it there in time.
Alright, so what we'll do with this place, we'll hop up this rope and then we'll go skydive somewhere else.
Heard.
Oh, we're so close to be a perfect landing.
Wait, what's my keybinds for
Oh
this
my
game?
god, she's so fast.
Playing too much Siege. Ooh. I already got the Peacekeeper. I heard this
I got a
gun's
wingman.
really, really overpowered.
Yeah, the Peacekeeper can be dope, you gotta hit your shots on it. Oh, dude, I love the RE45 auto.
I have
It's
two
so dope.
shotguns. I have an Eva and a
Oh.
Peacekeeper.
Here, I'll trade you.
behind
Where you at? You can have
Come right here.
that and that.
Or don't.
Well, kid. Okay, so you can have that and that.
Take like two of
Alright.
those things.
Thank
Or
you. Yeah,
good.
so now we can both be good. Yeah, because I'm definitely keeping the wingman. The wingman's an amazing gun.
I'm just not dropping the Peacekeeper.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like Shroud, he has a skin for the wingman that's like this really dope skin, and I looked at all the skins, but it's not on there.
Oh,
So I don't know if
oh,
like he got one
oh.
especially for it. Are you lagging?
I'm dropping frames. Hold on. I'm dropping
Oh
a
yeah,
lot of frames.
dude, you're standing in push running. You're gonna teleport in about 3 seconds. I already know it.
Or my game could crash. Oh, lovely. we're starting.
Ah!
We're starting that off strong. Would you look at that?
Wait, does that mean that you're out?
Yeah, I'm out. Out.
Oh no. Well,
just,
I guess I'll take your stuff.
just leave the game or something. I'm coming
Hold
back.
on. I'm gonna.
All right.
What's better, the Eva or the Peacekeeper?
Talk about unedited,
We'll go
right?
Peacekeeper.
Am I right? Talk about
Right.
unedited.
Alright, I'm
Yeah.
gonna quick just go running through this stuff, and I'll go to like the fastest amount of places that I know where people are.
Oh my god, why is the volume loud again? Chill game.
That's the only problem that I have with this is because it's still like I don't want to say it's a beta, but it's like it's a produced beta, so it's like there's a lot of bugs still.
True. Alright. Yeah, I'm not even gonna go back and bother with editing that out or anything.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to find some people right quick and run through this.
Oh shit.
Oh, I gotta. Have you ever had like hiccups, but it's like they're I don't want to say like chest hiccups. But it's like how do I put it? It's like Okay, have you ever went and like had a burp, but it's like in your chest?
It's a hiccup. That's what I call them. When you hiccup and burp at the same time.
Right, right. But I have that, but when I do it, there's like acid goes right up into my fucking chest, and it hurts so bad. I don't want that. Get out of my inventory.
Alright. So let's get some kind of story going here.
All right. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
Oh.
You know what?
Yo.
So I'm trying to talk to this girl. Alright?
Mhm.
I've just found out about this person. Cause
Right.
did I ever tell you about the one girl I was talking to on Snapchat for a while? Or no?
You might have touched on it, but not like super heavy.
Okay. I was talking to this one chick on Snapchat, and I mean, I was just being a gentleman, everything, like, right? Every day I would text her good morning, be like, and then talk to her through her day and stuff like that. End of the day,
Right.
be like, hey, how's work? How are you doing? All that. The one morning, I texted her, and I said, good morning. She responds, hey, and then it's still typing, and I'm just like, this is already weird, because people don't normally
Right.
respond to good morning with hey. It's a little out
Right.
of place. So she responds, finally, after typing, and goes, so, this person, I'm not going to name names on something that's going to be posted on YouTube. I'm not that kind of person.
Right.
But this person who was my wing person, told me that you wanted this to be romantic and stuff like that, and I don't see it like that. I only see it like a friend. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And she's like, yeah, I'm sorry, I feel bad about it and everything. And I'm like, oh no, it's fine, it's whatever. Now, a week prior to this or so, my wing person actually told me that this chick texted her and said that she low-key liked me, and I'm like, I remembered that, and I'm like, this doesn't add up. Like, I don't know what's happening. So
Right.
I texted my wing person, and I'm like, what'd you say to her? And she's like, I didn't say anything. I have no idea what would have changed your mind. And I'm like, oh, all right. Well, if you can figure out what I did possibly to change the mindset, let me know, right? Are you almost dead, by the way?
No, there were people here, and I'm trying to track them down.
Just start shooting in the air.
I gotta hold on.
Anyways, I texted my wing person, and I went, would you say, she said, she's like, I didn't say anything. Oh, I went over this part, duh. 12, 13 hours passes by, something like that. It was more than half the day, a little bit.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I finally get a text, but it's not from either of the people that I was talking to earlier. It's actually from my
Right.
wing person's boyfriend, who's one of my closest friends.
Right.
And he goes, "Listen, man, no one else has the balls to tell you this, so I'm just gonna straight up tell you." And I'm like, "Oh God, this already sounds way too serious."
Right.
He's like, "So this chick doesn't like you anymore because she went on a date with someone that's taller, more handsome, built, stuff like that." And I'm like, "Oh, so because someone looks better than me, I don't stand a chance in hell." And he's like, "You still got a chance because this chick goes through guys like Clinton goes through secretaries."
Right.
Word for word, that's what he actually said too. I was laughing my ass off at that. And he's like talking about it, and I'm like, "Oh, so yeah, he did pretty good because I guess he like took her to Olive Garden and stuff like that, bought her flowers and all that." I'm like, "Yeah, chances are I'm not getting at that." And then he was like, "I have another chick lined up for you if you wanna actually come up and speak to someone in person." And I'm like, "Okay," because he was like, "Yeah, I've been talking you up at work to this person." And I'm like, "All right, cool. What's she look like? And like, does she know or what does she know so far? What have you told her about me?"
Right.
Showed me. He didn't have an actual picture of her, so literally the dumbest person I know, but I still love him to death. No homo. He's a good friend of mine. He he looks up these Google stock images, like describing what this chick looks like, and he said he came up with a picture that was pretty close to what she looked like. And I'm like, and he sent it to me, and I'm like, keep in mind, I'm fried off my ass while this is going down. Like, I just got done smoking right after he texted me.
Right.
And he goes this. Me being the stupid person I am, I start typing in all caps, and I'm just like, "Oh my God, please, holy shit, yes, when does she work next? Blah, 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 blah. I will not fuck it up." So, he got a crack out of that one. And filled me in on all these details and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, found out that they were working today. My friend wasn't. They worked the same job. My friend wasn't, but he still took me up there and everything. I ended up buying some artsy shit because I actually low-key need it. And he's like, "Okay, that's her over there." And he wasn't wrong with the picture. She was pretty close. Not identical, but pretty close to the picture.
Right.
And he's like, "All right, so you got to do this on your own." I'm like, "What do you mean I got to do this on my own?" He's like, "I'm off the clock, and it's going to seem a little weird if I just go up and introduce you to her." I'm like, "But you said you were talking me up." And he's like, "Yeah, but the thing is, I haven't talked you up that much. It's only been like tiny little tidbits of conversation, so I don't even know too much about this whole situation." I'm like, "Dude."
I'm dead.
You just completely threw the entire plan I had out in my head out the window.
Right.
Completely out the window. So I had a whole plan of him introducing me to her, and then me just talking there for a bit. So what do I do? What do I do at this point in time? He's like, "Just go up, ask her about these picture frames." Because I actually did need picture frames for this awesome artwork I bought years ago at Wizard World, which is like Cleveland's Comic-Con.
Right.
And he's like, "Ask her about the pictures, blah, 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 blah. Get some frames, get some advice, and then maybe let her know a little bit about what you're trying to get it for. That way she can kind of get an idea on your interests."
Mm-hmm.
So I did that. I just brought up that the pictures were from Wizard World, which I'm now thinking back in my head that sounded really gay and really nerdy.
Yeah.
And, like, I kind of gave her, like, small little details about pictures and, like, how I like them and stuff like that. So I finally go back and grab my friend who's wandering around his own job looking for stuff. And he's a stock person, so he should know where everything is. So I made him look dumb as hell for a few minutes. And I finally meet up with him, and he's like, dude, you completely fucked that up. And I'm like, yeah, I know, because I'm not good at this stuff. So we went to Chili's, and we're just sitting here coming up with a game plan on, because neither of us have her number. Neither of us have her number.
We'll win this thing together.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have it because I'm not supposed to have it, obviously.
Right.
And he doesn't have it because he's never asked for it, and he doesn't want to ask for it. Because he thinks it'll seem creepy. Even though
Okay.
he wants it for work-related reasons. And for, to give it to me when the time comes. So,
Okay.
that all goes down. And we're literally sitting at Chili's. I love Chili's so much. The stuff they have
Mhm.
there is amazing.
Right.
We're sitting there talking for I think we were there for an hour, 45 minutes, just trying to come up with a game plan for this entire situation going down.
Right.
And I needed to stop at my vape shop at some point in time throughout the day because I needed more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, and the people I talk to when I go there, they're really cool. They're friends with me. I always talk to them about shit.
Right.
So I finally had the idea at the end of me eating my fucking meal after I ordered a bunch of food. And I just go, all right, here's what we're going to do. Take me to my vape shop. I'm going to talk to my friends there, and I'm going to get their ideas on what we should do. So I'm sitting there vaping, talking to my buddy and everything, and I'm like, oh, by the way, because I completely forgot. I got sidetracked trying to buy a bunch of stuff. I'm like, I completely forgot to
There's a
ask.
guy on me.
There's a guy on me, too.
Yeah, I don't have any weapons.
I just got a weapon. And I have the worst aim ever, and I'm dead. They just downed me and ran. Anyways. I was like, by the way, while I'm here, I want to ask you for some advice on something. He's like, cool,
Mhm.
go for it. Come back and revive me real quick. You walked right past me. Unless you're getting him. Yeah, you got him. Just come back and get me.
Hold tight. I got your back.
We're dead. We're done. Jesus.
He's got 420 kills. I kicked him in the face. Yeah.
Oh,
that
they're
was a shitty
taunting on us
land.
too and everything.
Yeah,
That
that was a shitty land.
Anyways, where was I? So there's two of them there. There's
Right.
my dude that I'm good friends with, and there's the other chick who I always buy the stuff from her. So I always sit here and always sit there and talk to her for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I asked the dude for his advice first, because the chick sidetracked with talking to my buddy about something else.
Right.
And I'm like, here's my whole ordeal. I told him the whole thing that went down today. And he goes, I don't really, I actually have no idea what to do right now, because I was, the only advice he gave me is maybe have one of us somehow get her Snapchat. Because
Right.
he was like, that's how my relationship started. I got her Snapchat through something. We just started talking. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
all right, that's not a bad idea. Getting a Snapchat, I can probably pull that off somehow, some way. Talk to her through Snapchat, get her number eventually.
Right.
And I go over to the chick, and I start talking to her. And then I explain the whole ordeal, and I'm like, what's your advice? I don't know what clicked in her brain, but she is a genius for coming up with this idea. And I don't know why me and my buddy did not think of this idea for the half an hour to 45 minutes we're sitting at Chili's. She goes, have a day where he's working and she's working at the same time. Go in there, say you're stopping up to talk to your friend for a minute, and then have him, who's in the plan obviously, go up to her and be like, oh, hey, by the way, here's my buddy that I was telling you about, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we both were like, that's the genius idea. Why didn't we
Mhm.
think of this? So what we got back in his car because he had to go drop me off at home and everything. And we're sitting over talking the plan a bit, trying to come up with it a bit more. Work off of what we have.
Mm-hmm.
And I just realized I didn't ready up. I'm getting sidetracked with the story. So we were talking it over and anything, and we finally came up with an official set plan. 100%. What's gonna happen is Friday, my buddy has to go into work to get his paycheck. His pay stub, actually, not his paycheck. Because I think he does
Right.
it through direct deposit. But he's going to go up there to get that. And then while we're there, he's going to take me up to that chick, introduce me, and then be like, oh, crap, by the way, I forgot I need to go grab my paycheck, or something like that. So he's going to go off to do that. And then, so apparently, this chick likes to start conversations when she's like laughing and stuff like that. So he's gonna make her laugh when he goes to get off his paycheck. So he's gonna say something stupid, like, "All right, you two little kitties play nice,"
Right.
and then that'll get her laughing. And then I'll just like, "Oh hi," blah blah blah. Not like that, obviously. That'd be a terrible
Right.
starter, but something along those lines. Be like, "What's up? What's your name?" Stuff like that. While he's grabbing his paycheck, aka he's probably just gonna grab it and walk around the store for a minute while I talk to her. While that's while that's happening, I'm gonna be trying to get her Snapchat or her number, one of the two, and like talk to her a bit.
Right.
That's the whole current situation I'm at right now. Is that Friday, I'm gonna be going up there with my buddy to talk to this person.
Right.
And like, I'm a good one-on-one conversationist with people. It's just big groups in person with people, big groups, like with people that we're a majority of the people that I
Right.
barely know. I can't really do too well unless I'm drunk or high, one of the two.
Right. We're gonna have to drop solo because I don't know what he's doing.
All right, dropping.
Yeah, I'm just going straight down.
I think this is a bad idea. We should have dropped earlier.
We can drop somewhere else if you need to. We can just kind of scream off, but
Nah, we're gonna be fine. I think this is a small territory. No one's here.
yeah, I'm gonna land at this house over here.
I'm just gonna grab this pistol and stuff.
Oh, got myself a G7 Scout.
Ooh, Peacekeeper. Let's go.
Nice.
Oh,
I got the Spitfire. Yeah.
But yeah, I can do pretty well in one-on-one conversations. I can do really well over text.
Right.
So if I can somehow secure that kind of ordeal, getting either her Snapchat or her text, I can handle that.
Right.
And then I'm solid from there. It's just this is gonna be a hard way to go about things because normally how I get people's numbers and stuff like that, I normally get it through friends. I'm gonna pick that up if you don't mind.
Here, there's stock.
Heard. I'm an idiot.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much the whole ordeal I'm at right now. My luck with ladies is honestly terrible.
Yeah. On the whole situation that I've been with my girlfriend now for about a year and a month or two, I want to assume.
Dude,
I think. Well, no, not about. I think it's just under a year, actually.
so remember how you were talking in the last video about crazy chicks, right?
Right.
So when you were talking about that, it immediately brought up my exes. Because here's the thing. My exes have all been crazy in their own little way. My first ex, though, is by far the craziest person I will ever meet. And not in a good way. Not in a good way. 100% in a bad way.
How so?
So this chick was a total cheater.
Okay.
I dated her for a year and a half. And she always cheated on me. Always.
Okay.
Like, I'm talking, like, if I heard it from someone, I was not surprised.
Right.
But I stuck with it. I have no idea why I stuck with it. I'm an idiot for sticking with it. So she cheated on me constantly. She always wanted to do the dumbest stuff ever. And like I was officially done with it. I'm like, yeah, no. I like bye-bye. She's like, "Oh, why do you want to leave me?" And I'm like, "Because you fucking cheat on me every goddamn day."
Right.
I'm like, "You were probably sucking a random dude's dick last night. That's how often you cheat on me."
Right.
She's like, "Oh, I won't do it again." I'm like, "Yeah, that's not the first time I've heard that. Bye-bye. Goodbye."
Right.
Blocked her on all social media. Stopped talking to her completely. I was like, "Yes, I'm finally done with this. I can finally move on, meet other people."
Right.
So after I've broke up with her and everything, she's still trying to message me on all these different social medias I have.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, excuse me.
so when I say crazy, I'm not even lying because she went as far as to messaging me through an Xbox account just to try and talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
like that's my relaxed time.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I ask is that someone does not mess with when I'm at home relaxing after a hard day at work or something like that.
Mm-hmm. You pinging enemies?
No. I would let you know if I got any.
Okay.
Believe the radius on this thing's really tiny.
Yeah.
Um, so that was the first one.
Right.
The second one comes into play. I don't want to say she was like crazy just because of how I just worded the first one and how crazy they were.
Mm-hmm.
But
She's a little unstable.
she had her ups and downs,
Right.
and they were completely uncompatible with me. She was kind of just like a bounce back, is what me and my friends have been wording it as.
Right. Which makes sense.
Because I started dating her like maybe a week or two after. No, actually, no. I talked to this chick the day I broke up with my first ex. And then we started dating like a week after that. And the reason I broke up with her is because, first off, she's 17. She's a year younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel comfortable dating someone that's a year younger than me. I really
Right.
don't. So that was the first flaw.
Mm-hmm.
Another flaw is we had no common interests. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm the type of person to sit at home, listen to my rap music all day, and just chill and play games.
Right.
What does she like to do? Go outside, talk to a big group of friends. Like, I'm talking up to like 10 people's worth of friends-wise.
Mm-hmm.
And she never wanted to hang out with my friends.
Right.
Like, God forbid I want to hang out. She always wants to hang out with her friends. But God forbid I bring up, I'm like, hey, you want to go hang out with my friends? Say, oh, no, I don't. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you can't sidetrack me from my friends. My friends are one of the biggest reasons of, like, they're one of the biggest people, like, most important things in my life. That's how I want to word it.
Mm-hmm.
Friends really do help me through a lot.
Right.
And it just,
Yeah.
that,
Hey, do you want an ultimate accelerator for your ability? Because I have two.
I don't even know what that does.
It like takes your main ability, like mine with the airstrike, and it immediately puts it on.
Oh, I already have my ability.
Would you at least want to carry it so if you use it, you can pick up another?
Probably.
Yeah, because it takes a couple seconds. Yeah, it takes about 7 seconds, and restores 20% of your ultimate energy, which usually that will max it out if you think about it.
Shit, I can't hop up there that way. Damn.
But
Continuing on.
yeah,
My bad.
I, you know, you're good. I understand where you're coming from. Like
But she also liked country music, and God, I fucking hate country. I cannot tell you
fuck you. I love
how
country music.
much I hate country music. I really do.
Okay, so before I go on, what you go on or whatever, how do you feel about country rap?
Awful, horrible, 100% the worst
Okay.
thing I've ever heard in my life.
Have you ever heard Upchurch?
I believe I have, and I wanted to shoot my brains out.
Hmm.
Is that the
Okay.
one where the
Good.
dude's like really racist? Is that the
No,
one?
he's not really that racist. He's very forward about things, like about just spilled my spit everywhere. I'm not gonna talk about that. But like He's probably one of the best country rap singers you're gonna meet. Like Cheatham County,
Watch
like
out.
all that shit.
There's people down there.
Yep. Yep. Okay, coming
Are they
down.
coming this way?
Yeah, they will be here, sec.
Lovely.
Yeah, I want a quick heal.
But anyways, she loved country music. I absolutely
Right.
hated it. So much that was incompatible from the get-go, and I just did
No,
not
no, come on.
pick up on that.
Oh.
Cool. It's a one pump. I did not know the Peacekeeper was a one pump.
It's not. It just if you can hit a direct shot, it usually is, but for most part it's not. It's a 2.
Anyways,
But my keys are all sticky right now because I spilled I spilled coffee on my keyboard today because I hit my fucking desk so hard that I spilled coffee everywhere. Yeah, she's picking me up. No. Come on, come on. No, are we dead? What's going on? Wagon.
he's alive. No, he's dead. There it is. So
Yep. I don't get why my game crashes. I don't understand that.
I don't know. I'll wait for you though. I got it packed
Yeah,
open
reopen.
anyways.
Yeah, I gotta
Um,
reopen my shit.
So the official like break off, the part where I was just like, you know what, screw it, I'm done with this.
Mm-hmm.
What actually made that happen was the fact that the one day I asked her to come over, hang out with me, like for a day, just me and her.
The road you chose has
Right.
ended here.
She's like, cool, I'm down with that, blah, blah, blah. And this was like a day or two prior. So time finally comes. She's not here by the time I asked her to be here and hang out with me. So I text her. I'm like, hey, where are you? Blah, blah, blah. What's going on? She's like, oh, do you want to go to the beach with my friends instead? And I'm like, no, we made plans for today to hang out
Mm-hmm.
so I could actually see you for once while I'm not working my ass off
Right.
and I'm not tired from it or anything like that.
Right.
She's like, you never want to go and see my friends now, and I'm like, you never want to see mine. So
Right.
what's the main problem here? And then a whole argument after that, so stupid that I can't even remember about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I officially just say, I'm like, listen, I can't do this because you obviously don't want to see me that often, and
Oh,
it's
I
not
need an
worse.
invite thing.
Oh shoot, you weren't in? It said you were readied up.
It was, but then it fucking. I was in my armory looking around and it froze and kicked me back to the menu.
Uh-oh. Hold on.
Here, no problem.
Alright, don't move. Alt F4. Heard.
Right.
Anyways. So I told her, I'm like, yeah, I'm done with this. I cannot handle this. If you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
not see me and if you want to pay more attention to your friends, go right ahead because I'm not dealing with it.
Right.
So she's like, okay, whatever. And I'm like, you know this means that I'm officially done with you, right? And she's like, yeah, bye-bye. And I'm like, all right, cool. I don't got to deal with you anymore.
Right.
And then comes the third one. So when I say she's crazy... Hold on. Music, your game sounds really loud. Anyways.
My game?
No, mine. Because
Oh,
the intro is still loud.
Right.
Anyways, she wasn't crazy as a person. She was more crazy in the fact of how she broke up with me.
Okay.
Because this isn't one of the relationships where I ended it. She actually ended it.
Right.
And it was one of the shittiest things that I could have ever had a person do to me, to be honest. Because I actually liked this girl a lot. Like, she was like, one of the nicest people I ever met.
Right.
So, how it all came about was, it all started on Christmas. God, fuck Christ. I didn't get to see her on Christmas. I didn't get to see her for like 5 days after Christmas. So I finally got her to come over for like only a few minutes just so we could finally do a gift exchange. I bought $100 camera for this chick.
Yeah, you told me about
$100
that.
camera. And she gives me an Overwatch hoodie, which is up to you. I don't mind it. It's a nice hoodie. I like the hoodie a lot. I still wear it to this day, even though it's from her. I just don't
Right.
think of the fact that it is. I just like it that much. And a stand for my Nintendo Switch, which actually has come out to be very useful because I used to hold up my phone for Twitch reasons, regular old YouTube reasons, music reasons, stuff like that, and for when I'm FaceTiming people. So I use it for more than just my Switch. I actually use it a lot. Then
Right.
after we get done with the gift exchange and everything, she
Mm-hmm.
goes, "By the way, you're not gonna like this, but I think we should take a break."
Okay.
And I'm just like, "Why? We're doing fine. Like we're good and everything." She's like, "You don't ever make an effort to see me and stuff like this." And I'm like, "It's because I have a new job that I'm trying to stay focused on so that I can actually keep it and be a good worker there for a while."
Right.
So, like, I'm justifying the reason that I don't have time all the time. Because this chick wants me to pretty much text her, like, every day and stuff like that. Every hour of every day and blah, blah, blah. I try to explain that to her, and she's like, "I just want to go on a break." I'm like, "Alright, fine." So keep this in mind. She wants to go on a break because I don't talk to her enough. Breaks are when
Right.
you don't talk to each other for a bit. You just go off for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So how would that make it any better? Is my question.
Right.
So during the break, I completely disagree, pretty much, and I'm like texting her every day, like how she wants me to, trying to just talk to her, like I did when I first started dating her. Yeah, that's not me. That's all you, right there. Not gonna be jump master.
Are you Jump Master?
I was. I just handed it off to you though.
Oh. Mm.
Anyways,
Where are we going?
so I text her every day, talk to her, stuff like that. Keep in mind, I used to work at the same job as this chick. That's how I met her.
Right.
Few weeks passes by after this break, in quotation marks. One of my old coworkers comes into my job because he's a regular there. He likes to buy wings for my job and everything. I make his to-go orders and all that.
Right.
I talked to him for a minute, and he's like, by the way, what's going on with you and her, blah, 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 because she's, like, trying to get her ex-boyfriend a job at here
Right.
with her, and I'm like, okay, and he's like, yeah, and she's, like, talking to him and everything, and I'm like, huh. I was like, alright, thanks for the info. I'll just talk to you later, man, alright? He's like, alright, I'll see you. So at this point, I'm a little pissed off, right? Because she's sitting there talking to her ex-boyfriend. And from what I've heard about her ex-boyfriends, they weren't good people to her. Person below me, by the way.
Okay. I'll help you.
2 people below me.
I'm coming.
So I started texting her and everything, because I'm a little pissed off at the situation.
Right.
And she's like, I was like, are you trying to get your ex-boyfriend a job at this place? And she's like, yeah. I didn't see a problem with it. And I'm like, there's no problem, just wondering why and everything. And she's like, I don't know, just because I still talk to him and he wanted a job and stuff like that. Jesus Christ, that gave me a heart attack.
You good?
I'm dead. Gave me a heart attack. She came out of nowhere. So I went through all that, and I'm like, alright, it's fine, whatever, blah, blah. And then I go on to say, I'm like, by the way, one of my I was like, by the way, I don't think this is true or anything, but I just wanna make sure. And I was like, are you like dating this person? And she's like, technically I'm not dating anybody because we're on a break. So at that point I'm just like, oh, That's how you really feel right now. So I just
Right.
responded, and I just said, listen, if you don't want to fucking be with me, just straight up tell me instead of going on a break just so you can talk to your ex-boyfriend again.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a shitty person thing to do, in my
Right.
opinion. In my honest opinion, it is. And she was like, all right, fine, fuck it, we're done. Bye-bye. Don't talk to me. I'm like, I'm heartbroken at this point. Because remember, I liked this chick dearly.
Right.
A solid hour goes by. And I finally come to the conclusion, I'm just like, you know, it's better off that way. Because I realized that I lost all respect for her. Just because of how she handled the whole situation. I lost all respect after I heard that she was talking to her ex-boyfriend again.
Right.
So that all passed over. I'm done with that. Haven't spoken to her since. Thank God, too. It's just the 3 exes I've had. They were shitty people to me, in their own little sense of manner.
Right.
So that's pretty much the whole
What?
predicament
Oh
I've
my
had
God.
before.
Right. God, I wanted that legendary shit that chick had.
We are not doing good, by the way.
No, we're not.
Actually, ready up this time. What are we going on right now? Oh my God, we're already going on 40 minutes. Look at that. Story time makes things go by faster.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I got some stories about my exes.
If you want to, I'm not telling you you have to. If you want to go ahead, pass
Yeah, I don't mind.
pass by the other 20 minutes. Why not?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I got a hiccup. God, I hate these things. The fucking chest hiccups. I hate them. But so yeah, I got a couple pretty. Mainly it's one crazy ex, kind of two. But like, so at one point I did date my cousin. It was,
Oh
but
God,
it was because the whole thing that I didn't know until I found out. Whatever, we didn't do anything. We were just dating.
I have another story now. Thanks to
Uh,
you.
Well,
I'm gonna save that for when you're done, though.
right.
Keep going.
But so I guess. So how many have I had to go? So it would have been. About I've had about 5 girlfriends, okay? And throughout all this, that my first one was in I started dating in middle school, and so that probably would have been 5th or 6th grade, just when I started dating. So 5th grade, I dated this one chick or whatever. Technically, we never broke up because she moved away and we were still dating at the time. Well, we just ended up stopped talking together, and we just stopped talking all this stuff. But we technically were still dating. Until like I think last year I messaged her because she added me one day, and we got into conversation. I was like, "Hey, how's it going?" And it kind of just seemed like we weren't together. So I was like, "Just make sure everything was good."
I think I actually heard the story already. But keep going.
Right. But like through all this, yeah, all right, there we go. But we were whatever, and throughout middle school, it was fun. It was a good time. We kind of just chilled, and we kind of just ended that way with her. And then after that was my cousin. So from there, that it was like originally I didn't know. We kind of just it was like another simple relationship. Not much happens.
Yeah.
And I wasn't much experienced, so it's not like I would have done anything at the time either way. Um, but throughout all this, that after my cousin, let's see, after her it was my crazy ex, and then after her was my other crazy ex. But so with this chick, we dated for about let's see, what would have been? Oh, I got a legendary backpack. It probably would have been, 2 years of my middle school life. I went back because I'm not. Oh my god, you scared the fuck out of me. But throughout all this that we dated, She was kind of my first original relationship. But come to find out that like she was kind of my more professional relationship,
Mm-hmm.
but I was her first boyfriend in general. So it's already gonna go off from there. Like originally, I ended up finding out, yeah, I was her first boyfriend. So like, it really didn't think it was like such a big deal because first girlfriend to a guy, it's not after you break up. Kind of like just an iffy thing, just to test the waters. Like that there's better out there.
Mm-hmm.
But with a girl, it's completely different, especially if they do have feelings for you. So with her, it was that way. She truly had feelings for me, but I don't think. But originally, I thought maybe I was like, just it's just because I was her first boyfriend, whatever. When she finds another one, she'll give up on me, and I won't care. No, she apparently truly does have feelings for me to this day.
Hmm.
That she originally would just kind of try to get my attention, to message me or whatever, and she was kind of the one that was really clingy and would always wanted to hang out or whatever. And when we did, she was really shy about things and all that, and I understood. It was fine. I
Mm-hmm.
gave it easy on her. We didn't really do much. Yeah, she was my first kiss and everything, which was fine. Um, and then when we broke up for about a month straight, I mean like straight to the whole month, she would not stop like trying to message all her friends to get a hold of me, like all this bullshit.
Yeah,
And I was just to the point of fucking pissed.
that's a little
And
bad.
then, right, it eventually got to the point when I started dating my second crazy ex that my game crashed, I believe. I'm
No,
literally in the middle of running. You can come nab my shit. I got a legendary backpack on me.
son of
Um,
a bitch. Did you actually
yeah,
crash?
it's frozen.
Son of.
Wait, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, thank God.
Um, I can't. Oh yeah, it's just getting really laggy. Oh come on, figure your shit out.
It's fine. We'll play something else for maybe either
Yeah,
next
it'd be
week,
nice.
tomorrow. Maybe do a back-to-back daily kind of thing.
Right? Are you gonna be done after this?
Not done playing games, just done recording stuff.
Oh,
Unless
okay,
you
that's fine.
want to do a part three, which
I
would be pretty
I
excessive.
well,
I
I
think.
think we should. I wouldn't mind doing a part three. This is kind of fun.
This
It's
is
just like a life story type of thing.
yeah.
Um, if you really wanted to, you could up upload your first one, upload the second one, and then take a while to upload the third one just to make sure, though it doesn't seem too excessive.
All right.
Um, but like I was saying, so when I started dating my second crazy ex, that she literally would start messaging her. She found her because I made sure that there was no way that there was any connection between the two. Because I don't like it when my exes talk. It's just I don't because they just it's already bad news. Because when the exes start talking, that they just start wanting to make shit and it's all your fault about things, even though that you really didn't do anything. So she would start talking all this shit originally about me, and
He
then at
disconnected. Don't even worry about it.
oh it's fine. But at the time that my second crazy ex, she was fuck what's it called? Like she would defend me about this stuff, but eventually like it got to her to where she started being like, "Oh, you did this, you did that," and I'm like, when did any of this come out? And I was generally pissed. So then I started talking. I just kind of got into like a straight conversation where I was super serious about it. I was like, I'm done. Like, just stop. I did nothing about this, and I told her the whole story about her, and eventually it stopped for about a month, and then it all started back up again because, of course, and this is when I mean like I got pissed. So are we gonna engage?
Probably pick up the scraps.
Okay. Um, but like, yeah, no, I was pissed. But this was her way of getting a hold of me. That I got to the point, um, where I messaged her and I was like, "Hey, you need to quit doing your shit, blah blah
Put
blah blah."
push back, push back.
And
He's gonna
hold on,
regroup.
I'm gonna place a rift over here. So if you,
Yeah, just
but yeah. So through all this shit, that she just started talking to me, and then that's when she gets all sweet about things. She's like, "Oh, you're messaging me. Oh, yeah, it's best thing in the world," and I'm like, "No." like quit. And
They're sneaking up on me.
okay,
We got a team
yeah, I'm
behind us.
gonna die. Come on, I wanted that legendary shit. Okay, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Yep, I'm done. Um,
I had a sniper.
nah,
That was a bad idea.
yeah,
1650 kills? Excuse me?
yeah. Well, the top leaderboard of the thing was like 1,000 kills.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but like I was saying that. So through all this, like she was being all sweet, and then I just got really serious with her. And this is when she got really shitty with me. She's like, "Oh, you're the worst person, whatever. I still love you. It's some bullshit, and all this shit." And
By the
eventually,
way,
I was like,
by
"What?
the way, real quick, we're gonna do one more and then cut it off and then
All right,
potentially do
you
a
good?
part 3.
Right, that's fine. Um,
Just so you can get
do
through
you
your
want to?
story.
Yeah, do you want to do a part 3 again on Siege? Just because this is starting to get annoying.
We could do one more and then maybe go through some games, see if we have something else we want to play together.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Um, but like I was saying, so that I just got really serious about it, and I don't remove people off Facebook just because it's a waste of my time. Now, Instagram, Snapchat, Messenger,
It's really
generally I'll
easily.
delete.
It's really
Right,
easily, yeah.
because that's like my daily. I always use it to message my friends. But like Facebook, I only look through there to scroll through memes or just any just dumb shit. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever. So I never removed her off of that. But I was like, after I got done with the conversation with her, I was like, I'm done. I'm removing you off all my shit. Like, I'm done talking to you. And at this time, I was still going through the school. And I was still in the school with her at the time because right now I'm doing, of course, online schooling.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And I mean, like every time cause like before school started, we'd get there and there'd be like a maybe 15-minute intermission type of thing where we just chill and before like school started. So we'd go and everybody had their little spots that they'd hang out in their little groups. So it was me and a couple buddies. It was like 3 or 4 of us all together, maybe 5, I think. All right, where are we going before I continue?
Uh, just let him mark somewhere. We'll go wherever he marks.
Okay. Um, but yeah, so then she would come out of nowhere. Like you wouldn't see her because she'd come around the corner or whatever. And I'm assuming does that mean that he wants to go there?
No, because we
No,
don't
that's
want
a
solo.
lot of people going there. Oh my god, all those colors. Yeah, let's go over there. But like I was saying, so yeah, so she would come down the hallway around the corner, and I mean, she'd literally sit on the corner, so you couldn't see her where we sat because we sat in between these corners. That was like this little crevice.
Yeah.
Um, and she would just sit there and listen to our conversation, and then out of nowhere, like if I said anything against her or anybody that was like, so if you heard anything, if she's still talking shit, like she would just start bitching. Like she'd come right around that corner and just start fucking talking more shit. And I was just like, "Can you leave? Like, yeah, I talk about you, but not in a good way. Like, can you just leave me alone?" And she's like, "Well, you're bringing me up in this conversation, so I have to be in these conversations and blah 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 blah." And just all this bullshit. And I mean, it was to the point of where I was getting stressed out just trying to figure my shit out.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was already stressed out because of family and schooling and shit. Because at the time, I didn't really have good grades.
Yeah.
So I was trying to get everything set, and I didn't want to get kicked out of football because I did football for 3 years. Um, and it was fun. That's just I was gonna do it for a fourth year, but then I was just like, I'm a very bland, not bland person, but like I get very bland about things. So everything gets repetitive to me. So I kind of just didn't continue. But with that, of course, the she just it was every day. I mean, like every day she would just try to start all this bullshit. I'm gonna nab this and my uh, and I was just fucking pissed. Um,
I mean, you're justifiable. So yeah, that makes sense.
right. And then eventually it stopped, and right after that was when I moved to this school, doing the online stuff. Hey, what are you doing? Jesus Christ, you flew. Uh, God, I could jump. But yeah, so I was just not happy, and then everything was running okay for a while. Um, there, you can have this stuff. I don't need this.
You have a blue backpack at least?
There's a normal one, but you can have like Cinemags. Um, but yeah, so I just generally wasn't happy about things. And then we continued with life, of course. And at this time, I'm with my second crazy ex. And then that's kind of, and not the end of the story, but for the time being, that's the end of the story with her. And then she'll come tying in with the rest of the stuff. But so with the second crazy ex, you're running down there. I'm gonna run over here to the this little checkpoint thing. So hopefully
Heard.
there's no people over here. But yeah, so coming on my second crazy ex or whatever, like I just seem to find out the crazy ones, but that's kind of like what I'm into. I like that. Like it gives you something to like always have to be like, okay, what's going on next? Like what's gonna happen this day? What's gonna happen that day? Like there's a blue helmet over here if you want it. And just it's just something new every day. So there's always something to look forward to. And yeah, she had her times up and down. Of course, girls on their period are for the most part pretty bad. But I mean, like when she got on her period, I would literally not text her or message her whatsoever because she would freak the fuck out. Like I'd say hi or like good night or something simple, and she turned it to like I just fucking sat there and had a 20-hour argue with her, even though I didn't say shit. And it was just all of this rounded out bullshit that I had to deal with her. And then eventually, hey, I got a blue backpack over here for you. Um, Eventually, kind of everything settled down when she wasn't on her period or whatever. Who's gonna get it first? There you go.
Sneaky snake.
I got the triple take sniper rifle, so I'm pretty happy. But yeah, so then we had some pretty good times, like for Valentine's Day, and it was like a sort of a long distance relationship. At the time, I didn't have my truck that I do now. So I wouldn't go be able to see her or whatever, and my parents still wouldn't even allow me to go see her. But if I could, I would have, and I think it would have probably been a more prosperous relationship. God, this keeps scaring the shit out of me. And it was fairly a decent relationship. Like I'd send her necklaces and all this stuff, like just simple stuff. They weren't super expensive or anything, but it was cute little knickknack stuff that whenever I went anywhere that I found that I'd send to her.
I wonder if this dude wants to
And we had a
scan this
pretty
at all. See where they went.
okay. There's a dead body up here. Um, I'm gonna nab some stuff off of it because it's purple. But what do they got? Oh, they got a triple take rifle in here if you want
We
it.
gotta go that way.
Oh, okay. Um, okay, these fucking hiccups are getting to me.
I forgot I can see
But
the next circle.
all right. For a while everything was fine, but then out of nowhere, like I mean, it was like your kind of thing where you said that she was cheating on you 24/7. Like she never did this, but then out of nowhere, like I get a message from a friend that he was like, "Hey, heads up, you didn't hear this from me or whatever, but she might be fucking with another dude." And so I gave it a minute just to see if there's anything suspicious going on. And of course, like you said, like she would stop messaging me, she would leave it off a conversation, she'd leave me on red, and she never did this. And she would get really hesitant about what she said to me. So I was like, I just eventually confronted her about it. I was like, "Are you dating another guy? Like, what's going on?" And then it happened. So this stranded out for about a day or two, and she kept denying it. And eventually, I just was like, "All right, you're really starting to piss me off. Like, are you dating another guy? Like, what the fuck's going on?" And she's like, "Okay, yes, I'm dating another guy. I'm sorry, blah blah blah," and like all this like sorrow bullshit that she started starting. And I'm like, I'm not gonna feel sorry for you. There's no reason that you could have done this. If you wanted to end the relationship, then you just should have fucking told me. And she's like, well, I didn't want to end the relationship. And there's a nice little
If
rifle
you
in here.
didn't want to, then why would you?
Right.
Okay.
And then I don't know. It's just all this bullshit stranded out, and I was just getting so angry about it. And then eventually it got to the point where I was just like messaging. I was like, hey, we're done. And then she's like, okay. Like yeah, and like it just ended there.
I love that
And
when
then
that's the response too. It's just, oh,
right,
okay,
like
bye bye.
right, and there was no like sadness in it whatsoever. Like it was more like like not a like a happy type of response. Like an oh okay yeah. Like, that's a good idea. And I'm like, what? But through it
Uh,
was just so much bullshit. And afterwards, like to this day, like she still messages me and she's like, "Hey, how's it going? Oh, I'm getting shot in the ass. Oh, you can't see through smoke, bitch. Um, I gotta heal up. Holy shit. But yeah.
they
Oh, if
got
I can heal
legendary
up,
armor up there.
let me grab my sniper rifle. Oh shit. Oh shit. Explosions are gonna happen. Explosions. Uh. Ow, 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 ow. I'm gonna get my shit lit up. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'll continue in a second. What's going on, man? Are you down?
Yeah,
Shit, where are they at? Are they in that hill?
they're
Oh
they're
my.
up on top. One of them's down on my body.
Yeah, that was me. I fucking lit him up. Oh, I gotta reload. Shit. You know, reloading helps. Oh my. Is he still in that tree?
Two of them, yeah. Well, one of them. The
One's
other one's
dead.
down.
Oh, I broke his armor. Dude, this thing's awesome. Ow, he hit me with a shotty. Okay, I gotta run. Would love to help you guys, but like, I mean, I'm running low.
Everything, yeah. Go ahead and continue though.
Uh,
While,
hold on, let me get to the zip line. I'll continue.
while we still have all this in
Right.
action.
Oh shit, this is sending me out of zone, but I need to get away from him. But yeah, so then about I think it was I'd say like a month and a half after we broke up. Like I was in a really kind of a low spot at that point because I did like her. I truly did. And but it wasn't like a super deep like um or whatever. And the girlfriend I have now, you can consider my ex because we did date. So I'll get into that in a sec. But yeah, so then I got with my girlfriend now, and we dated while I was in middle school. It was after I dated my cousin or whatever. It was in between everything. But the reason I wanted to like not really speak about that was just because like not that I didn't want to speak about it, but it was like just like continuing afterwards type of thing. But so we dated for a little bit, but then like my girlfriend now, like at the time when we did date, and she still is. But do you know what a nympho is? Like crazed about sex and all that.
Oh yeah, I know what one is. My first ex was one.
Yeah, well, that's what she is. Okay,
Jesus
and I mean like,
Christ.
I I took an agricultural class in middle school. I fucking loved that class. The teacher was amazing. He was one of those like straight like 80s type of like straightforward guys. That I mean like if he hated you, like he'd immediately say it to your face. And like originally he was skeptical until he found out like who I was, which is like he knew my brother and stuff, which helped me out a lot. And I'm gonna land up here. Come on. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to land up there. Oh, oh, oh. Oh,
No
damn it. I
fall
wanted to
damage.
get. Yeah, I was trying to get up on one of the hills. I can actually sit here and snipe.
So what's your teacher got to do with this part?
But like, so in his agricultural class, like I loved it, and me and a couple friends, like he didn't care what me and my friend did as long as we didn't fuck around. If you didn't fuck around in the class, he was good with you. And like, he was one of those teachers that I mean, like, if you did dumb shit in class, he'd start cussing you out like a motherfucker. And he
He was
was
a
a very
serious
straightforward
teacher.
teacher.
Yeah, that's what you need.
Right. Like he got in trouble a couple times for cussing or whatever because the what do you call it? Like
Oh well, fuck it.
not
We're
the
adults at that
age.
point. You can tell us whatever. It's not like we care.
Right. But it's like what not the principal ended up getting involved in one of the times because he got really fucking shitty with one of the kids that were fucking around in his class. Eventually it solved out. He was fine about things. But but throughout all this, that if you think of like a horseshoe, that's how the classroom was set up. Like there was tables, the left and right side, straight up and down, and then there was one long table at the back. So it was in the shape of a U or a horseshoe, however you want to put it. And with that, oh, um, that's kind of how it was. But so my girlfriend sat right next to me at the time we were dating, and of course the very type of nympholy person that she is, she decides to get really handsy, and I mean like around the pants, like all of that,
What? During
and
class? That's
yeah,
no.
in class. Now, then again, like at first, it kind of freaked me out because it was one time I was literally in the middle of writing the rest of my paper because it was about agricultural soil and like how to tell the difference between coarse sand and fine soil, like all this stuff.
Finishes off the
And
essay, and with that, it was inseminated.
right, but then like in the middle of this,
Uh,
like all I felt was a hand like grabbing the inner of my thigh because she knew where it was because I wear a lot of jeans that they're work jeans, so they're tighter, but they're very flexible. And one of them I love are they're very elastic ones, so they flex anything that you got to work with, but they're very
God.
like fit looking. Um, so at the time, whatever with being hormonal state that I mean I still do, but like at random times, of course, you get those boners, and and of course throughout your getting older until you're in your mid 20s, like of course you get taller, you get longer. So like in a spectrum, I'm 6'2", and I'm a very broad-shouldered person. That's over like 200 pounds, but I don't look 200 pounds whatsoever. I'm a very fit 200 pounds. And throughout all this, that at the time, not to exactly say what was, but I was about 5, if you know what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
Um, and but it was showable. So with these jeans on that I wore a lot of belts, and I recently got a belt buckle in the last like year and a half, and I love this belt buckle. Um, but yeah, so like all that, but it was I wear like tighter belts with belt buckles. They got to be tighter or they slack, and it's just stupid to have it. So then it's harder to like get hands down there. And with this, the I'm just chilling in this fucking area. Are you watching me?
Yeah, yeah. I'm still watching.
Yeah, I'm just chilling out here. Um, I'm just gonna sit here and zone. Actually, I'm gonna scooch around here. Um, I'm just trying to sit in a spot that they can't see me. Oh, 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 perfect. Um, I'm just gonna hide. I want to get down to the last little bit of people. Um, well, yes, anyway, so yeah, she got really handsy at times, and she would grab the inside of my thigh. But I was like in the middle of writing this paper, and it scared the shit out of me. And I like immediately stood up in class, and so like I was like really. I'm not gonna say I'm not shy, but like what do you call it? Like you get really embarrassed.
With her
So
hands in her
he
pants.
immediately looks at me. He's like, "Why the fuck are you standing up?" Like, but he was joking about it and stuff. And I was like, I had to play it out. So I immediately, what snapped in my head, I just immediately said, I was like, "Can I go take a shit?" And he looks at me for a second, and he's like, "Yeah, just go." And I'm like, "Okay." So I quick walk out in the middle of class, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, "What the fuck happened?" Because I still didn't know what happened. And then I get back in class, or whatever, and then she's like, "You okay?" And I was like, "What? Did you do that?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "You scared the fuck out of me." Um, or whatever. And then yeah, so that it was a lot of this during class, like where we got really handy, and then we got to the point of one day where she was like, she messaged me like the night before class or whatever. She was like, "Hey, you should wear some sweatpants to class," and I was like,
No.
"Okay," because right. Well, I knew what she was getting at, and I'm not a fan on sweatpants, but I like jogging pants, so they're more baggy or whatever, and that's what I wore. And I mean, like, I could literally extend my waistband for about an extra probably foot. Like, these were super elastic, um, or whatever. And yeah, so she got really handsy, and she got her hand in places that were likable. Mm. But the perfect thing about this is that um, in the middle of all this is that when she did it, oh, okay, wait, you can lay down. Oh,
Yeah.
it's crouching. Oh, yes, perfect. I'm sitting here. Um, Dude, if somebody comes up here, I'm just gonna go gang gang. um, but yeah, so this day we had the presentation, and it was not the Constitution, but it was like the agricultural, um, what's it called? Because you got You have 4-H, and then you have like FFA. It's like the whole FFA bio thing that you gotta rinse out. You
Mm.
gotta like say it all, and like this full speech. This speech is literally 5.5 paragraphs long, and you have to recite this and keep it in your head. You cannot keep a piece of paper with you. So, doing
Fuck
this,
that.
this was the day that he was like, "Okay, you guys are doing this," because he said you're gonna at one random day or whatever, you guys are gonna present what you know, because he wanted to keep us all fresh about it. And yeah, this was the day, and that's when she did that. So like, I mean, I was straight like tented out of my pants. So I stood up and I had to like figure out how to keep it down. And the worst part is like when it's hard like that and you gotta try to move it, because if it's too hard, it hurts to try to move it in specific places.
Yeah.
So I hate like try to
Oh my
tuck it
god,
between
my
my
game
legs.
crashed.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm just gonna chill here. But yeah, so what happened was that I tucked it between my legs because he's like, "All right, you're going first," and I was like, "Oh shit!" And I tucked it between my legs, went up, and we sat at this podium, but nobody could see like to the side of the podium because you were standing there. And I moved the wrong way while I was standing at the podium, and all you heard was, and he was like, "What the fuck was that?" And I was like, "Sorry, I actually kicked the podium." And then in the middle, right before I ended my half of the speech, because it was only a part speech, I literally had to go back to my seat with this tent thing, and this is all the way across the room. So I was like, "Oh shit, what do I do?" And so I was like, got all my papers because we could quick look over them, and then we had to do it. And got all my papers, and he said, "If there's anything that you're having stuck on, just take in like circles, so then you know like what
Oh,
you need
you
to
were stuck
fight."
on something, alright.
Right. So then I acted like I was circling something, and when I set my pencil down, I took my pinky and I flicked it off, and it fell to the ground. I was like, "Oh, let me grab that." So I reached down and grabbed it, and as I did it, I pushed it all the way down between my legs. Same situation. I got back to my desk. All you heard was, and I was like, "Come on!" And he like everybody just looks at me, and I was like, "It wasn't me." And I tried playing it off so much, and she could not, and she knew what was happening, so she could not stop laughing. Dude, I'm sitting in the same spot, and I have to run up this ridge line. I'm gonna get fucking domed. Um, hmm. Sorry, but I gotta spit. Yeah. So she knew, like, so when I got back, like, she could not stop laughing, and I'm like, "Shut up! Like, the fuck! Like, you're not a guy. You don't know what the pains are." And it was just all this fucking bullshit happened. I was just like, "Oh my god." But towards the end of the year of that time, whatever, we were talking, and we eventually just kind of ended the relationship because I was talking to her. And I was like, "Well, we really don't have." We both agreed to break up, so it wasn't like a bad breakup or anything. And I was a little depressed about it a little bit for a while, just because like I do like her, um, and she, I don't know, like she's the like, how you have like, your crushes in school and all that. Like you got always like that one person you like. I
Mhm.
mean, like I, to my heart, love her. Like I straight up said, because when my friend asked me, I was like, "Well, if you guys are like in college or whatever, dating, like what's going on?" And I was like, "I would marry her. Like I straight up would. Like no joke, I would fucking marry her." And yeah, so then we agreed on breaking up or whatever. And then after a while, after my crazy ex or whatever, my second one, this was towards the time. Um, and then I started dating her again, and then so that's who I'm dating now, of course. And hold on, I gotta fucking do this right quick.
Ah,
Hold on. Oh, okay, I died. The fuck? He shot me through 3 fucking smokes. But yeah, so we're dating whatever right now, and I'm really happy with this relationship. We've had a couple hiccups so far in the time being, like any other relationship's gonna have. And everything's going good. But one time that in the middle of us dating, or at a legendary, um wait, what is this? Oh, okay. I got a legendary skin. Oh, no way, dude! I got the Lost Queen. The one,
Lucky son.
the one that I was talking about. Dude, thing's fucking dope. Mine. Fuck you guys. It's mine. Um, but yeah. So this all spirals back to my first crazy ex. Okay, we're dating. They used to be friends. They kind of still are. They take the same art class in high school or whatever. And so it was originally this is kind of how the day started. It was a normal day. I get up, I go to my mechanics class in the morning. I come back, I do my online schooling, and then a couple hours later, she gets out of class, and then she goes, and then depending on the day, then she'll work, because she's a waitress at one of the restaurants that are in the small town that I used to live in. Um, it was a normal day, just everything was good. There weren't really much going on. Everything was kind of chilled out, and then of course, with every nice day, there has to be some type of drama. And then this comes to my crazy ex that she, there's this little kid that likes her that's like, I think a grade or two below her, but it tries to show off. And this was pretty recent. I mean, this was like half a month ago. And so what he does is that he would always comment on her pictures and like make these smirk little comments. Oh, you look ugly in this, blah blah blah. And originally, I didn't know this. She never said anything about it because she tries to handle a lot of stuff herself, and I understand. I let her do her thing, so she kind of has a little free time or whatever. I'm very protective of my relationships, especially like I get really protective if I really like you. Like you could be my friend, you could be my best friend, my family, but if I really like you as a person, like as a dating wise or anything, like I will defend the shit out of you. Like I'll take a bullet for you. I don't care. Um, are you gonna ready up for this?
Um,
Before we can run one more match.
if you wanna finish the story real quick, so I can end
Yeah.
it, and then we
Alright,
can
no problem.
go and play something
Yeah.
else.
Yeah. I'll just cancel this one. Like I was saying, so through all of this, she tries to handle herself, and she did for a while, and this spewed out for about a week. I didn't know about, and then one time that he posted on his story, he screenshotted a conversation that she and him had, but of course, like any other little millennial,
Oh wait,
that
okay, okay. I have heard this, by the way. I have,
yeah,
because I remember
right.
you going into how she tried to. This was the only way possible for her to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
She always wanted to talk.
Right. Yeah. So this is kind of just for the viewers kind of conversation. Um, but yeah, so he posted the story or whatever, and like a little millennial, that he has to make it seem like, oh, she's the bad guy in the situation, and he's all the little, not the bad guy or whatever you call it. The fuck, what's it called? Like you're the good person of the situation. Um, whatever it is. But so he screenshotted it, scrolled down a little bit right before he did, so it just made it seem like she randomly messaged him that, and posted on a story and posted in a caption, "You stupid bitch." And then first I just like it was kind of a thing that I had to like mentalize. I was like, I didn't know what was going on, so before I said anything to him, I messaged her. I was like, hey, like what's going on with him? Like he just posted a story, and she's like, what, really, what? Like she got really mad about it, and then she started talking about it, and she was like, yeah, this has been going on or whatever, and I thought he stopped and this and that. And he does this to impress my ex, my crazy ex. So then, in the process of this, I was fucking pissed. So, like, I have different categories in how mad I get, and I'll go into that later. But, so, yeah, so I messaged him, and I was like, you need to stop messaging her, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, and I just got, like, I just went off on him. And he was like, oh, you're not going to do anything, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, first of all, I know where you live. I'm less than 15 minutes from you. I don't mind wasting the gas to go to your fucking house. I have my own truck. I have my own driver's license. And I know your sister. I know your mom. So don't make me come over there. And that's when he blocks me after saying all this bullshit. And that he'd fight me and all this. And he looks like the fucking kid that says that was legitness. He literally looks exactly like him. I actually thought it was him when I saw that video. because he's got the same gap tooth, he's got all the fucked up teeth and all this. But of course, he's this really retarded kid that he's the get it that screams it out in fucking like a 3.3 second Snapchat video and then posts it to as many people possible to where he tries to think he's cool, but he's not. Um, and so I fucking afterwards or whatever, and this is when I come to find out that this he likes my ex and whatever, and then you give it like a minute and a half later, I get a text and now look, it's my ex because this is off of Facebook and this is the one that I never removed her from. And I've removed about the exact number of 24 accounts from her off of every social media. So that equals about, I think, to 4 or 5 accounts to each social media that she would message me on. And she'd always add me. And somehow she always got onto my friends list of anything. I don't know how she did. I never added any of her accounts because she would always keep the same name in the account, so you always knew who it was because she would always keep her last name in it. But she always somehow got added to my shit, and I don't know how. And after I blocked and removed all her accounts or whatever, she messaged me, and she's like, "Oh, you're not gonna do shit. You can't touch him. Whatever. It's illegal." So then I was like, "No, I'm not 18. It's not illegal for me to go beat his ass. Yeah, I can get in trouble by the law, whatever. My parents, her parents, his parents, blah blah blah. But it's not illegal." And it's just fucking all this bullshit. And then she just starts talking all this shit. And of course, that's the only way she can talk to me is by talking shit. And she's the person that will message you all of this shit. Like, yeah, she'll start the whole conversation. She's in person, like, oh, you're not going to do this. Like, she'll talk shit. But it's like, she'll go in depth of, like, she will beat your ass if you are talking to her through text. But she won't do anything. She's a fucking teddy bear. And not a good one. She's a really bitchy, annoying little teddy bear that you want to take and drop kick out of a fucking window because it sounds like Chucky. And I regret every goddamn second that I dated her. Every second. And yeah, so it was just all this fucking bullshit. And so far, she hasn't said anything lately. But I know that she still talks about me because that was the biggest thing, that she would talk to everybody in school about me. And it was either about how she loved me still, and it wasn't anything bad until it came up to this stuff, and then she would start talking shit to everybody that I'm the worst person in the world, that I said that I would beat her up and all this bullshit, and I'm just like, I didn't ever say that. And it got to the point where a lot of people started to believe her that I said that I was going to go beat her up. And so I got messages from different grade levels, from, I mean, like 7th, 6th, 5th, like 4th, all the way down like to these really low grade levels that don't even know what their fucking ABCs. And I was just like, I never said that. I said I'd go beat the shit out of him and I would have no problem hurting him. And she said that she would stop me and that she wasn't afraid of me. And I was just like, what? Like, what? Like, how is she gonna do to me? Like, her dad. Oh, wait, her dad's not in the fucking picture anymore because he's dead. And her stepdad won't do anything because I'm chill with her stepdad and he's a fucking awesome guy. Her mom, she tries to do anything, I'll snap her fucking fingers. She's threatened me before. And, like, it was just all this fucking bullshit. So far, everything's been pretty chill with now. And I recently took my girlfriend out or whatever, to our after Valentine's Day thing because we couldn't hang out on Valentine's Day because she had to work, and I understood. And then I actually had some stuff to do anyways because I was fixing my brother's truck, and yeah, so that was kind of that. So I got this pretty crazy ex that still messages me to this day.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's my
Alright.
story time.
All right. Well, that's it for story time for this one.
Yep. Good talking to you guys. LEA out.
I'm gonna cut it off here, and we'll probably do a part 3. I'll post that like it may probably like an hour afterwards. Yeah.
I'll see you guys next time. It's LEA out.
At one of these points in times, I'm just gonna have the audio ready for that. Did I get copyrighted for that? Probably. Who cares though? I already have one
right.
copyright strike on my channel. Who cares?
Amount of vac bands that they're gonna fuck me over with.
But that's pretty much the moral of these stories is that bitches be crazy. We just can't deal with them. All right. I'll see you guys hopefully in the next one.